Hello lovelies! So today I thought I'd make a video where instead of drawing my life, I draw my love life. So let's start with my first proper boyfriend. He was a whole year older than me, he went to my school and I thought he was really cute. He saw me at a party when I was 15 and somebody kind of mean told me that he was interested in me, which got me kind of excited, but then he ended up kissing this girl, which, you know, didn't really help. Eventually, he got my number though, and for some reason I said, okay, cool, take my number. And then we started texting, like, a lot, and I started to really like him. But when I had to go overseas for a whole month, I didn't hear from him, which was really, really upsetting. I remember throwing coins into wishing wells, hoping that he hadn't forgotten about me. When I eventually got home, I asked him why he hadn't messaged me, and he said that his phone had actually been in for repairs, and that he'd thought about me every day, and then he asked me out, which I obviously accepted. And then we became one of those things called an item. He had this scooter and he used to visit me at my house quite a lot and I used to get really excited. No, actually, I was kind of cool. And we also started running together and we ran some really great races, some of which I won and he came second, and then another girl came third. After 3 months, he sends me a coded message saying I love you, and obviously I said I loved him too, and being in love for the first time was beautiful. Even the darkest cloud still made me want to kiss the sky. It was like that crazy. After 3 years of being with this guy, I started to have my doubts that we were going to be together forever. And I started going out to clubs and I met this really cool guy that had a car and he was like older and all that stuff. And then my first love kept sending me cards and flowers and tried to get back with me, and I just found it so hard because I didn't feel the same way anymore. And at the same time I kept getting stood up by that guy who I'd met at the club, and that just got me so annoyed and somehow made me like him even more, which was so crazy. And then he surprises me at my 18th birthday and asks me out, and my previous boyfriend was there with a flower, and I think he was really, really upset because he saw us together, which was kind of horrible, I guess. And the whole time I was going out with this guy, I felt like we were just worlds apart. We used to fight a lot, and I remember him getting really angry if I didn't say I loved him at the end of a conversation. He was definitely really insecure, and culturally we were very different, as he was not a fan of African people in this country and he would call them bad names, which just didn't fly with me. And so we broke up a lot and got back together and broke up, and it was just mayhem. And then just as I was about to leave for university, he asked if we could move in together, and I was like, no, I do not see myself moving in with somebody at university. I needed to make new friends, not sit at home all day with one guy. And so I had to sit down and tell him that I really needed to break up with him, and we cried because that's what we did. And then he kind of got a little freaky and told me that he would take me on holiday anywhere in the world if we could stay together. And so I had to be really mature and say, sorry, I'm gonna break up. And then he goes and smashes a picture frame of us all over my bedroom floor, and I had to pick up all the pieces, and it was just devastating. I missed him a bit at university, but not that much because I kind of just started partying quite a lot, and I made new friends, and I had to study quite a bit, and I was in a play which took my mind off things. And then I spotted a guy at the drama department who had recently written a really cool play. About a year later, I somehow managed to go on a date with him, and then we got together. And we spoke about life a lot, and we were very cultural, which was nice. We got on really well, but I was much more loud and confident apparently, and he kind of was always in the background. And he also didn't attend some very important events in my life, for instance my dad's wedding, because he was in a band, and I found that other guys were giving me more attention than him. So I eventually had to end it. When I was done with university, I moved to Cape Town, and at one point we had this party at our flat, and one of my friends brought another friend. We started talking about boys, and she asked me what kind of guys I'm into, and I said I didn't actually know. And then she said she's gonna hook me up on a date, and then she told me to organise this date with this guy that I didn't even know, and I was like, what the hell? And then I ended up just doing it anyway because I'm bold. I got to the date venue first because he was late and I got really nervous, but then he eventually arrived. As soon as we met each other, I knew it was right. And 11 months later, we went on our first holiday together, and our love story, well, it's only just begun.